Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Terry. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about something. I had something completely different planned on a topic regarding motorcycles. When I was doing some research last night, I was in bed just kind of looking around, and I found that there's a way on my iPhone, and I'm sure Androids and other smartphones have them as well, to disable text messages when you're hooked up to Bluetooth and you're driving. And what will happen is it will send back an automatic text to that person that's messaged you that says, I'm driving, I'll get a hold of you when I'm safe. I think that's an awesome feature for a couple of reasons. One, it keeps you safe. Two, it lets the other person know you value your safety and the safety of those around you. This feature is really cool. And to me, it's pretty much a necessity, and I'm gonna tell you why in just a second. With the iPhone, I'm not sure about Android. I've never used one. I've only owned iPhone since they've come out. You go to the settings, and then you go to the control center, and you'll see this little, if I can get the glare off, do not disturb while driving. It will respond with, I'm driving right now, I'll call you back. Automatically, you don't have to do anything. Let me tell you from a motorcyclist, a wife, and a mother's point of view why that's really, really important to me. And I'm going to give you four personal experiences here. In 2007, May of 2007, I was on my brand new Heritage. We were on our way to Napa Valley for a long weekend. We got stuck on a highway where traffic had come to a complete stop. I'm sitting there, I'm watching my mirrors, not as much as I should have been, because at that time, it was a summer day. To me, it was pretty obvious traffic had stopped. We had been there like 15, 20 minutes, stopped. There was, something ahead. And the highway was just shut down. I'm, looking in my mirror, and I admit not as much as I should have been. I didn't see this coming. The man behind me did, and my husband felt it. Well, what happened was, I'm sitting there. My husband and I ride staggered, okay? This is me. This is my husband. He always rides behind me. No guys that have told me, oh, you want to be in charge, so you take the lead? No. My husband is chivalrous. He rides behind me like this to protect me, and so he can see what's going on. I appreciate that about him. It's awesome. Well, that day, he didn't see what was going to happen, but he felt it. And when he felt it, and when he, then out of the corner of his eye, after he felt this whoosh of air, he saw me hit. Well, guess what? Had he not been doing that, I would have been hit a lot worse than I was. I'll put a link to my blog posts about this accident, because I really don't remember a whole lot. There are a few things that I remember about the accident. What I do remember, I think I remember, I don't know. Like I said, maybe it is from reading it. All of a sudden, it felt like I let the clutch out on my bike. And this is so weird, because this all took place in an eternity when I know, in fact, it was just a matter of a fraction of a second that this happened. The next thing I remember is, don't hit your helmet. Don't let your head hit the ground. Being a girl, my gosh, I loved my helmet. And I'm thinking, don't hit your helmet. I remember panicking. I couldn't hear the ambulances. I couldn't hear anything. Everything around me was spinning. And then I heard like disembodied voices, and someone a mail saying, I've called 911. I knew I had broken bones. I knew it. I didn't know how severe things were. I didn't know what kind of condition I was in, and I didn't really care. And for those of you that own motorcycles, I think you'll understand this. I was crying and crying and crying uncontrollably. Now, I don't cry. I'm not a crier, generally. I was sobbing. And I do remember one of the voices, a police officer, an EMT, someone saying, "You're going to be okay. Why are you crying? Why are you crying?" My motorcycle is brand new. Where's my motorcycle? Oh my gosh, where is my motorcycle? I couldn't see my bike, and I was freaking flipping out because I couldn't see my motorcycle. It's probably a pretty good thing because my motorcycle was totaled. What had gone on, we found out, was this woman was looking down at her phone. When she looked up, cars were stopped in front of her. She swerved over into the lane my husband and I were in. Well, what happened was somehow she missed him by just inches. He said he could feel the wind of her car go by. And the way she hit me like this. So that threw me this way, it threw my bike that way. She was texting. I knew I had broken bones. I didn't know the extent of it. I knew I had problems with my head, my neck, my back. Didn't know how badly I was hurt at the time. Next thing that happened is my son was hit by a hit-and-run driver. And these are all clues. I don't know if he was texting or not, but he said, I looked up. When he was finally caught, he said, I looked up. So that tells me he was looking at his phone. Maybe he dropped something. He wasn't paying attention. Then my husband was in an accident. In 2013, he was on his motorcycle. He was hit by a woman who said, I didn't see him. Which everyone's going to say, almost in every accident, I didn't see him. But she also said, I looked up. I didn't see him. A couple of years ago, my daughter's in an accident, a horrific accident. We have on video because the kid that hit her had a dash cam. And that's horrifying to see your child, to watch an accident in real time and see your child hit. She had her turn signal on. She was turning left. This kid tries to pass her and he T-bones her and he hits her. What he said was, I looked up. That has been 2 years ago, I think, almost 2 years ago. She's still in trouble. I have problems. What had happened to me, I had a concussion. I had some back injuries. What else? I had a concussion. I had neck injuries that still bother me. I had back injuries. And my foot was broken. So, this texting and driving, you guys, please, 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 please don't do it. Please don't do it. We have technology today that says, I'm driving, I'll get a hold of you. It does it by itself. Set up your phone. Set up your phone. Put it down. Whose life is worth hitting someone because you're looking at a text that says, what time are you going to be home? Do you really want to endanger your life or someone else's because you get some text? It can wait. But when it comes down to it, 4 members of my family, not all motorcycle riders, not all in a motorcycle. So don't blame the bike. You blame the person that was texting or reading their phone because that message was more important to them than their life, the lives of the people in their car, or my life, my husband's life, or my kids' lives, or anyone else on the road. But guys, please, 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 I can't say it enough. Please don't text and drive. Please don't. If you have a smartphone, update it. Look for the technology where you can turn on that automated response that reminds you, your family, your life, everyone else's life is more important than a text saying bring home bread. And it reminds the person that is texting you how important it is not to text and drive. With that, I'm going to sign off. I love you guys. I'll see you really soon. Have a fantastic weekend.